Invite. And all right, welcome to Crafting with Ginny at 10:30 in the morning from the Rotary Children's Library in Drayton Valley. So today we are going to do, because Thanksgiving is coming up, we are going to do a thumbprint turkey. So for that, you are going to need, I'll just show you on my craft table here, you're going to need some yellow paint, some red, some orange, and some brown. And I've just used acrylic paint. The other thing that you want to have nice and handy is you want to have your wipes, because it is a bit messy, and you definitely will need to use some of these. So have some wipes there for you. The other thing is you're going to want some Google eyes, at least one. You need one big one. I'm going to use a big one for my turkey. And the other thing, you can use either Q-tips or a paintbrush just to do a little paint. It's not much that you have to do, and you can even use a littler paintbrush. I have a variety of them here. And of course, paint trays to put your paint in. And I've got a container with water in it to put my paintbrush in afterwards. All right, the other thing you're going to need is a white piece of paper. And let's get started. So like I said, it's a bit messy, but you're going to be using your thumb, and you might use your finger or the tip of your finger. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do, of course, is put your paint in your paint tray. Now you don't need very much paint. So I'm going to put a little bit of brown on this side. And I'm going to put a little bit of orange in this tray. Again, you don't need very much because you're just doing a thumbprint. And a little bit of red in one other side. And a little bit of yellow. So I already have, just from picking up those bottles, I have a bit of paint on my hands. So I'm going to wipe my hands so they're nice and clean, because in between each color, you're going to want to wipe your hands with a wipe. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do the thumbprint. So you're going to do one thumbprint for the sort of head part, and then one thumbprint for the bottom part of his head, and then one thumbprint in brown for the body. So you're going to really need 3 thumbprints in the brown. Decide on your page where you want to put your turkey. I'm going to try to put mine kind of in the middle. It doesn't matter where you choose. Just make sure you have enough room from the bottom and the top and the sides when you're doing it. Okay, so I'm going to start with my thumb here, and I'm going to do a thumbprint over this way. So that's going to be for the head. Now I'm going to do another thumbprint. Again, like I said, it's a bit messy and you don't need a lot of paint on. I'm going to do a thumbprint to join that one for the body of the turkey. Now I'm going to make my thumbprint a little bit longer here. There. Now, because I've done my brown, and if you want to round it out a little more, you can always readjust. So there I've got it like that. Now I'm going to take and wipe my thumb, because of course I don't want my brown to mix with my red, because I'm going to use red next. So each time just take a little wipe, get that brown paint off your fingers, and it may go under your nail, and that's okay. You can always wash it off. It washes off with water afterwards. So now I'm going to take my red paint. I'm going to do a thumbprint of my red paint. Again, you don't need a lot. So you can see in the picture here, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 thumbprints. So I want to circle it around my last brown one because these are the feathers of the turkey. So 1, 2. Now notice I didn't have to dip my finger in each time into the paint. 3. Now I might need a bit more paint because that one didn't have very much on it. And 4. I'm just going to make this one a little better here. And this one, again, you can always correct it. So there I've got my red on. Again, have your wipes handy because you want to have your wipes nice and handy. You don't want them mixing on your thumb. Okay, my next color is 2, 4, 6 thumbprints in the orange. Okay, so now I'm going to start and I'm going to go on the tip of the red one here and then right beside it. I'm going to dip my thumb one more time, right beside it. There's 3, 4, 5, and maybe we'll put one over here, 6. So now you can see I've got my orange pattern. I'm going to wipe my hand now get the orange off my thumb. And now I'm going to do my yellow. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of those. So, because the turkey, of course, has lots of feathers, and we want this turkey to be very colorful. And remember, you can just dip your fingers back in the paint if it doesn't have enough paint on it. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you can see I've got 9 yellow. I've got 6 orange and I've got 4 red. All right. So now, of course, our turkey isn't complete without some legs and a Google eye. So I'm going to let that paint dry before I attach my Google eye. And I'm going to take my tip of my finger and just dip it a little bit in orange for the beak. So I'm going to put a beak on my turkey. So you just want the very tip of your finger. And you can always move the paint around to make it look a little bit more like a beak. All right. Now I'm going to use my little, I'm going to use a Q-tip instead of a paintbrush, and I'm going to put, a turkey has a wattle. That's the red part of the turkey. So this is called the wattle. So there's the beak and there's the wattle. So I'm just going to take a little bit of red and I'm going to make a wattle on my turkey. All right. So now I am going to just let this dry a few minutes. I'm going to pick out my Google eye, and I want a fairly big one. You can put a colored eye. You can put an even bigger eye than I'm using. I'm using kind of a medium-sized eye. Just going to fix my yellow here. I see that I need a little more on this one print here. And let's just see if I can fix the beak a little. If you want to even take a felt pen to outline your picture, you can. Once the paint is dry, you can take your felt pen and outline your beak if you want, like that. All right, now I'm gonna, while I'm waiting, I've got my Google Eye out, but I have to wait for that brown paint to dry because I used a little bit too much, so try not to use too much. Now I'm gonna draw in the legs. Now I'm gonna do that with a Q-tip, and I'm going to do them in orange. All right, let's do the legs. Again, you don't need a lot of paint for this. And then of course, there's some toes on the feet there. And I find the Q-tip works pretty good. You can use a paintbrush if you want. That's not a problem. But you can see that the turkey now has some legs. So once that dries, and I think I can probably put this on the head there, I'm just going to take a bit of glue, stick it on the back of my Google Eye. Now, if you have stick-on Google Eyes, that's even better. And there you have your Thanksgiving thumbprint turkey. Here's another picture of it. All right. I hope you had fun doing that. And I hope that you will join me again real soon. This afternoon, I'm doing pilgrims. We're doing paper plate pilgrims. So join me at 3:30 for Crafting with Ginny at the Drayton Valley Library. And don't forget that if you can't join me this afternoon, you can join me tomorrow morning. And you can join me for, let's see, Wednesdays. I'm going to do some singing and storytelling with puppets in musical theater at 10:30. And the one that we're going to do is called The Turkey is a Funny Bird. So join me for that at 10:30 tomorrow morning on Wednesday. And also in the afternoon, I will be doing a craft for paper magic. And we're going to do some paper quilling apple. So this is all about Thanksgiving this week. So I hope you're enjoying the crafts. And if you do any, please send your pictures in to me. I'd love to see them. Send them to gjohnson@draytonvalleylibrary.ca. We would love to see you then. All right, take care. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you again.